Come and catch the vibe. Welcome to Easy Weekend.
It's Easy Weekends.
Now shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sit Down. It's your guy EmEz. We back at it again. I got two guys from Florida in the building, P.O.C.
Exile.
and Exile.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
Man, we good,
Chillin',
man.
man.
Just
Chillin'.
breathing
What's going
this
on with
fine
you?
air, drinking this nice water. What you have for us?
That Christian water, endorsed by P.O.C and Exile. I want
Yeah,
you
you
to know
know,
this.
What brings you to the city this afternoon?
Man,
Campaign
go
tour.
ahead.
Campaign tour for our new single, From the Jump. We've actually been in quite a few different interviews, quite a few different meetings, just pushing this track, pushing this record, getting ready to drop the EP here soon. So
What's the name of the EP?
the EP, man, we haven't even really come up with a
Yeah,
name for
man.
the
You know
EP
how that
yet.
goes, man.
We've had like 10 different names, bro, and
Yeah.
it's been kind of changing direction per direction, but
The
right
EP is
now,
coming. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We just focus on pushing the single. The EP is coming.
The
You know what I'm
EP's
saying?
probably
Gotta get the
coming in like
process.
next 3 months or so. EP's dropping.
Yeah.
Now, why'd you guys go the group route instead of going solo?
Oh, you know what it is, man?
Like that.
It's because our sounds complement each other. You understand what I'm saying? So every time we put a record together, it's like, I have my records. You know what I'm saying? He has his records. But just that when we compromise and put a record together, the sound is so much different. And it's so, like, you can't even compare our sound to anybody else's sound. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Okay.
Like,
I'm not even gonna
that's
lie.
why,
That's a
you
fact.
know what I mean? So that's why we actually went that route. Because when you put our record to another record, it's like, this shit is way different.
For years,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
years, people have told us there's a difference between what's hot and what sells. Our singles, you know, as far as individual artists, we've been told for years, oh, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. The minute that we decided to get together and do a feature together, we had like mad people was like, yo, that sells.
that's where it's at.
That sells.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No egos, bro.
How did you guys come together? What did that? How did that happen?
That's a long story.
Hey, let me put it this way. All right, back in Miami, I was a club promoter for like South Beach and the Brickell area. I've been doing it for like 10 years, you know what I'm saying, hosting and promoting and whatnot. When I first came, I just jumped out of jail and shit, and it was my first day. It was all,
What'd you go to jail for?
man, some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Long story short. Long story.
We got time. What's the
Yeah, we got
bullshit?
time.
I like the
All
bullshit.
right,
Go ahead.
so what was this?
that?
This was, what was this? This was the January or was it the December joint?
I think January.
Oh, I think that was, the January?
You did
January.
multiple bits.
Yeah, it was the 2015 joint, right?
January. It was January.
Yeah, that was the battery and officer, all that crazy shit. It was some crazy wild shit.
Yeah, it was a bad
Yeah,
time.
you said you got time though, right? You know what I'm saying?
was a
So
bad time. It was a
pretty
bad
much,
time. It
I
was a
jumped
bad
out of
time.
that shit blessed, and I come to the club, right? And I'm just drinking. I'm like, yo, I'm out. And I just see him at the club at the front door, just like stressing, trying to get his people in, right?
That
I'm
was
just
my
like,
first night. I had just gotten to downtown
night ever.
Miami, and it was my first time starting club promoting and everything.
I was already 4 years in.
And,
you know what I mean? But when
that's
I walked to the
problem.
front, I was sitting here just like, yo, something told me to just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? I ignored it because we're from Homestead, Florida. We're not friendly. We don't talk to nobody. Like we don't give a fuck about nobody. Like you could be dying. We just keep walking. Like, you know what I mean? So I was just like, man, let me talk to him. I'm like, yo, you good? And Homestead ass nigga was like,
Yeah,
he just looked at me and looked away. I'm like, all right, bet. So I go inside, get another cup, come back outside. He's like this, just walking around. And I'm just like, yo, you sure you good, bro?
I told
He's
him
like,
straight up, I'm like, man, I got 30 people out here. You see all those women right there? They with me. I can't get them in, dog. I can't get him in. The bouncer was giving me a hard ass time. I could not get him in.
And this is what happened. I look at the bouncer. I was just like, yo. He's like, yo, X, what's good? I'm just like, yo, they're with me. Let them in. And shit. Open the rope.
Literally.
All of them came in. And I tapped them on the shoulder. I'm like, yo, I have 3 bottles upstairs. I'm just too deep. Just put your table with mine. And that was it.
And that was it, honestly. It was just like, yo, okay.
Word.
Wow.
A week later, he hit me up to meet him up for a studio session just to chill because he didn't know I made music. And
Yeah, I was mixing the record
honestly,
and shit.
it just
And I was just like, yo,
lit
come through.
up from there.
So now, were you guys doing music before you each was doing the promoting thing, or was that something that happened later on?
Well, yeah,
Nah,
I was doing music, you know what I'm saying, with my brothers and my group back home and shit.
I
So
was
before I
doing
met
music
him, you know
solo.
what I mean?
Yeah, I was doing music solo, and it wasn't really working out. I'm a singer, right? He's a rapper, so we complement each other really well in that aspect.
I've heard that T-Pain and
Yeah, that's
and
that
Lil
T.
Wayne, right? That
Yeah, that's that T Wayne. That's the T Wayne joint they never dropped. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
So when I was rapping, I realized, you know what, maybe, I could spit, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people would tell me, oh, you just don't have the vocal range for it, or this or that, or your voice doesn't sound good rapping. So I stopped rapping, I started focusing on promoting, and the day that we got together in the studio, he was working on the song, and he was just sitting there like this, because he had writer's block. He couldn't come with a second verse.
Yo.
I started humming something. I'm just humming, and He looks at me. He goes.
The whole time we're chilling, he's saying. I was so pissed at this nigga, man. I was like, yo, why you
So
here?
I hummed again, and he
man.
goes, P.O.C, you sing? And that was it, man. He looked, yo, get in that booth. This
Yo,
just became a feature.
I threw out my second verse so fucking fast. He didn't have nothing. He didn't write nothing. I was like, I don't care what you do. Sing that shit. And he did that shit. It was crazy.
that. Yeah.
It was wild, man.
Yeah.
Ever since then, we just started making music. We just never went back.
It just, it took off from there, honestly.
What was the first song that you guys did together that made you guys think like, all right, we could really do this?
Our first song.
Our very first song.
Literally our
Our
first.
very
It
first
was
song.
called, what was it? All I Know?
All I Know.
Yeah.
All I Know.
And that was actually when I changed up my vocal style too at the same time. I did a whole switch
Let's
up.
put it this way. There was a group of people. I mean, there had to be like 12, 13 people
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
outside
them
the
niggas was
studio.
deep.
And they were just chilling. They were pouring up. They were smoking. They were vibing. And when the song was finally done, that we had finished it, because we also do all our own mixing and mastering. We do all that.
Yeah.
So once we had finished with the whole session, mixing, mastering the whole track, everything, all of a sudden there was just a flood of people just coming into the studio just going,
And mind you, going back to our previous
just
statement about
listening.
Homestead niggas, they do not talk to nobody. It was
Yeah.
outside,
But
they
they
didn't
were
give a fuck.
supporting y'all.
Yeah, they
Exactly. They
opened
just
the
came
door.
in,
They like,
singing
play
the
that shit back.
songs and listening, and they looked at us and go, what's y'all's name again? Y'all make music together? Well, not really. He goes, y'all should.
Yeah, you should do that shit. You smoke the blunt. You niggas is dope. Yeah, y'all niggas good.
Hey, that ain't no lie.
Word,
That ain't no lie.
Have you ever thought about making a group name instead of doing the solo thing?
You know what's funny? Yo, that's crazy. Couple days before we got here, there was like, I think y'all need a group name. I'm like, nigga, it's been 5 years now. He telling me this shit, like you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I never crossed. Like
It's
it
never-
did, but didn't at the same time.
Yeah, at one point it crossed our minds, and when we tried doing like a little group name thing, honestly, man, it was just people were kind of thrown for like a left field, like who? Oh, P.O.C Exile.
Yeah, that's why
Oh,
we
all
didn't.
right, all
That's
right.
why we didn't do it.
You know what I
Like we're just known as our names individually, so we just said, just fuck it,
So
just
we
put our
just-
names together. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
it'd
what
be
I'm saying?
easier to continue the process than to stop
Exactly.
and go to
Then rebrand and remarket
Yeah,
and niggas like, who is these niggas?
After 5 years of branding ourselves that way, and not to mention the years prior as club promoters with those same stage names that we had, it was just like there was no restarting it. Everybody,
was too late.
Everybody already knew who we were.
The damage was done.
Yeah, there was no restarting it.
Now, you are a group, right? If there was ever a situation where somebody asked you to go solo, like P.O.C, if someone came to you with the bag and said, I need you solo, what would your response be?
Honestly, man, I'm the type of person that I look at the bigger picture of things, right? So if somebody told me, let's say, for example, Def Jam came up to us right now and said, yo, I want to sign you solo. I want a solo career with you. Ultimately, I would know that in the long run, I can drag him in at some point.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I
Like
know in the long
personally.
run-
Exile out. I'm telling you right now, Exile, he's black. That nigga out. One thing in that bag, he's out. Okay?
Hey, fuck it. Hey, yeah, I'm black, but I'm still gonna get in this motherfucker. I
There
don't
you
care.
go.
I'm Jamaican at the end of the day. That's how we work.
But you have the right idea. Once you got to get on to get him on.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
that'll happen
I see the
organically.
bigger picture of things rather than just in the moment. You know, I think what happens with a lot of artists is they're in the moment. They see that check, they see that offer, and they go,
Bye, guys.
I gotta go. At the end of the day, I see the check, I see the offer, but I also see the bigger picture thing because I can drag him. I can drag this person, that person. I know that overall, I can turn little old me into an entire giant wave of artists that could really just flood the industry.
Yeah, it's leverage, man. You get in, you get in.
Do you guys have other artists under you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
we
plenty.
got
Yeah.
artists that
shit.
we got under us realistically that are really just waiting for us to bring it back home, man. Really, honestly.
I spent a year in Florida, in Broward County and Lauderdale Lakes. How far is that from where you guys are?
About, you said Lauderdale Lakes? That's about like an hour and a half.
No, it's more like 2
yeah,
hours.
nah.
Nah,
Okay.
2 hours. 2 hours like, nigga, 2
Like
hours
2
like
hours.
fucking.
Think about it, man. We really at the bottom of the
Yeah,
map.
yeah, exit 2.
We at the bottom of the
Exit
map. So
So who were some of your inspirations in Florida that inspired you while you were younger and coming up and all that?
Oh, man. It's
I'm
a
gonna
lot,
be honest
man.
with you, man.
Go ahead, tell them.
A lot of the inspiration, believe it or not, I actually get isn't even from Florida artists.
They're not from Florida artists.
They're not even really from Florida.
Actually, I'll say
I'm
one.
actually the
Ace Hood. Ace Hood is like, that's my guy. Like, I fucking love this nigga's music, man. Like,
You know-
matter of fact, when he actually helped inspire the flow and inspire the production of how I do things, man. But Ace is definitely a big influence.
I'm the first generation of my family to be born in Florida. Everybody else in my family from New York. So I grew up more on just, like Method Man, Ghostface Killer,
Lyricist.
Lyricist.
Big
you know?
L, A.Z, Cannabis.
You know,
Stop
okay.
it.
Lyricist,
Stop
you
it.
know,
Yeah,
and
man. Buster.
Thanks to my mother's where I really started getting into singing. You know, it was Temptations, Luther Vandross, this, and the third. And,
Isley Brothers. Oh,
you know,
man.
I just took the lyrical aspect of wanting to be a rapper, and then the fact that I was blessed with a voice, and I just put it together. You know, I remember at a time when I really wanted to sing, I was told, nah, they ain't gonna sell. Nah, they ain't gonna work. Nah. Mind you, you had artists like Drake and all these dudes doing exactly that. It was working great.
Let me hear you sing real quick.
All right. No, that's fine. That's fine. All right. This is what I need. Is a pretty woman next to me to share the dreams that I believe. Someone who truly understands how to treat a man. This is what I need, baby.
Okay.
Is a pretty woman next to me to share the dreams that I believe.
Okay. All right. Now, it says the album's coming out in 2020.
Yeah, man.
And you guys don't have a name for it.
Not yet.
Do you have songs for the album yet?
What?
We got
I mean, oh shit.
No.
Man, we have too many songs. Like, it's ridiculous.
So how many songs you put on the album?
We're looking at 10.
10, yeah.
We're looking at 10. We're looking at 10 to keep it just kind of not too crazy. But the good thing about us, man, I'd like to really say about us, which is one great thing, is we make music on the concept of knowing that we like to think of it as back in the day when you had to put in a record and you had to listen to the whole record. You couldn't skip songs. So we really try to make songs that per record that you're gonna want to hear. You're not gonna want to have to skip the song.
Yeah,
and
no
say,
fillers. It's really just like it's like a compilation of singles. You know what I'm saying? It's put together. You know how 6ix9ine dropped Day 69 and shit. We ain't gonna talk about the nigga.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna talk about him. We ain't gonna talk about.
We ain't really
Hey, I'm originally from Queens. I'm originally from Queens. So stop it. I'm originally from Queens. Anyway, I just had to throw it out there. That's the first thing that came to my mind. But anyway,
you about to have him turn off the microphone.
No, but you know what I'm saying. But a compilation of singles, nonetheless. That's what we like putting together.
I really want the ability for people to listen to our EP and just sit back in the whip or put the headphones on, whatever, and just let it ride. I don't want none of that. Oh, I like this one. All right. No. I want you to just close your eyes and listen, because the reality is our music, while yes, it'll have you, turning up, while yes, it'll have you feeling good, whatever the case may be, one thing about us is our music will get very cinematic. So
it's like a movie.
If you really just close your eyes and listen, trust me, you'll see the vision.
Yeah.
Well, give me a name for it, and I'll start the vision. I'm just kidding. P.O.C Exile in the building. Is a sit down. It's your guy EmEz. Any last words before I let you go?
Oh man, shit, man! Thank you for having us, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be
here.
here. It's a fucking 1,000-mile flight.
Thank you for coming. I know it's a long way.
Yeah,
Thank you to New York for showing love this entire week we've been here, man. Because really, we've got nothing but love from everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
check out the single from the jump. All streaming platforms. P.O.C Exile.
Music,
You already know what's top.
Look into that camera in front of you and let them know how to be a part of the wave, how to follow you, and all that good stuff.
You can follow us Instagram, POC's Instagram, P.O.C_official.
Exile, Def, Conzero is spelled exactly how the fuck you hear it.
You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platforms. We are there.
Oh,
and
shit, my phone. Go ahead.
And you can follow us from there, man. Welcome to the wave.
What does P.O.C stand for?
Prince of the City.
Copy. And that's how we're going to end it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a sit down. Come and catch the vibe. Welcome to Easy Weekend.
It's Easy Weekends.
Now shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.